Good afternoon once again. Okay, today we're going to review what we have discussed so far in data wrangling, and perhaps I'm not sure if we can add some new topics, but let's see. Okay, so kindly open an R Markdown file and please install Librarian. Okay, install Librarian, the package Librarian. We're going to use the functionality of this as an example of how to quickly install a package and load it at the same time. Okay, so I think we have downloaded this. Maybe let's add this. Let's add so that you can see if it will also automatically look R, look R. Okay, that's a package look R. Okay, so let's install and load these packages through the Librarian package. But first, you have to install the Librarian package. And then after that, we're going to use the shelf function. Okay, Librarian shelf, and then identify the different packages that actually, let me see, I don't think we need this. I don't think we even need to put let me check, the Librarian, the coach. I think if I recall it right, the Librarian has a distinct functionality of shelf where we don't need to put the quotation. Okay, I won't install the Librarian package anymore because it's already in my machine. Okay, let me just load this. Okay, and when you're done, class, kindly please chat yes if you have loaded tidyverse and installed and loaded dslabs and dlookr. Okay, so it has loaded in my case. So may I invite you to please chat if you have done so. I know it's already loaded in my case because this is already run. In fact, there's a new command line here, which means that this was already run by R. I'll wait for you to chat and say yes if you were successful in using the Librarian package to load these packages, tidyverse, dslabs, and dlookr. Later na attendance, please. No?
Sir, I have a question po.
Ay, sorry, nakamute pala ako. Yes?
It's something about my tidyverse po.
Okay.
There's an error message.
Error message. Dali, ha?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Could you kindly share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, install that packages. Librarian, so set error package on namespace. Tidyverse. Okay, ba't kaya ano? Si ano nga, sige, i-try to, di ba na-load na-install na dati natin yung Tidyverse? No? Could you
Mhm.
kindly run library dito sa console na lang? Library, sa console na lang.
Okay.
Library, and then Tidyverse. Sige, try natin.
I think it has something to do with the version po of my.
Okay, may you see? Error package failed, but greater than, so merong ano, dun sa package na, okay, ano to, anong package yan? Kindly increase the size of your width. Sige pa, tingnan natin ha. C library.local live paths version check is equal to namespace, but greater than 1.01 is required. So apparently may nagkaka-problem sa pag-load ng tidyverse mo kasi may dependency yata ito. There seems to be a dependency that's having a problem. Can you install that package lang? Tingnan natin, no? Install
Okay.
that packages. Let's see what happens.
Ano pa ilalagay ko
Yung
sa.
tidyverse.
Okay.
Open quotes, no? Lagyan mo ng quotes. Open
Okay.
and close quotes. Sige, restart mo na lang.
Okay. We'll wait na lang po. I'll stop share
Yan,
muna
okay
po.
na. Okay na siya.
Okay.
Nag-yes na.
Oh, it just keeps.
Cancel mo na. Sige, cancel mo na. Okay na yan. Sige, tapos sige nga, i-ano nga natin, sige, library mo, tidyverse. May error pa rin. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa siya nag-load. Sige nga, one time, arrow up. Arrow up. Sige pa. Para, yan. Sige, ulitin natin yan.
Okay, sir.
Sige,
Yes.
yes. Sige, yes. Yes lang. Tingnan natin, ha. Kasi sometimes it requires reopening several times. Yeah, let's see. Sige pa. I think it's because of the other packages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one last time, ha?
Okay, sir.
How about, di ba, we loaded already tidyverse before? What happened
Yes.
before?
I'm not sure nga po eh. Parang ngayon lang po siya ulit nag-ganto. Before po it worked.
Pag nino mo kasi yan, sige, mag-no ka. Tingnan natin, ha? Alright, sige. Ayan. Ayan. Okay na. Mukhang nag-update na.
Opo.
Sige, let's see. So ito yung disadvantage ng gagamitin natin yung shelf sa librarian. Kasi pag nagka-problem yung isa, hindi natin ma-decipher kung, although it's stated there that tidyverse had a problem, mukhang okay na, no? Sige, balik tayo sa librarian. Go there.
Okay. Sa run ko po itong line
Oo.
15.
Oo. Sige, run mo yan.
Okay.
Yan, mukhang okay na. Okay, okay na ba?
I can wait for it na lang po.
Sige lang, tingnan natin para for the benefit of the others nan kasi they might encounter this kind of a problem.
Okay, sir.
Nag-error dependency.
It's still
error pa rin, no? Package or namespace load or tidyverse in yun pa rin no? Namespace life cycle but tinan mo nga yung sandali tinan mo nga yung I'll go to packages and then sa baba i-type mo nga life cycle, type mo dyan life cycle, tinan natin yung ayan no? Okay, it's version 1.0.1. Sabi dito, kita mo, life cycle is being loaded but 1.0.1 is required. But your life cycle now, the version is 1.0.0, di ba?
Apa.
So, i-click mo update. Yan. Sa taas na. Hindi. Kasama, katabi ng install.
Okay.
Yan, update. Sige, tingnan natin.
I'll click.
Life cycle.
Ito.
Yan, sige. Okay, i-no mo na lang. No
Okay,
mo.
sir.
Sige, tapos, let's see. Mag-install that package ulit.
Okay. Which one pa?
Install that package just ka. Tapos, i-life cycle. Kung install mo. Yan, sige. Could not find spelling. Arrow up na lang. Arrow up. Yan, tapos baguhin yung spelling. Then, spelling na lang baguhin.
Okay. Pero I know na po.
Ano siya, parang nagsa-cycle siya Kasi ang sabi, hindi mo ma-install yung tidyverse kung yung life cycle greater than 1.01. Dapat 1.01 version. Pero, pag ini-install mo naman yung life cycle, nasabi naman niya, kailangan si tidyverse. Diba? Sige nga, one last, i-know mo nga. Okay. So, ano mo nga, library life cycle mo na. Okay, nag-install naman siya, no? Okay, subukan ulit natin yung sige.
It's still, if ever, sir, I think pwede po kahit after class naman po. So, I don't
Sige.
want
Or, what we can do is, siguro, pwede mo i-reinstall na lang subukan mo i-reinstall si RStudio. Sometimes that helps.
Okay, sir.
You uninstall R and uninstall RStudio. Okay lang naman yung walang problema. And then you reinstall both. No? Pag reinstall mo both, mawawala, ano nga lang yung mga packages, pero madali naman i-install yung mga packages. So try that muna. No? In the meantime, anyway, naka-record naman yung session natin. And you'll see, I'll post this naman in our Canvas. Okay?
Okay. Thank you po.
Right. Thank you for that question. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate questions like this, class. And if you cannot resolve the question here, at least nakikita natin we're able to see how we can address and be cognizant of the comments na linalagay doon ng R. No? Sinasabi niya, for example, yung life cycle na yun. It's also a package. Tapos sabi hindi daw ma-install si tidyverse kasi yung life cycle dapat 1.0.1. Nung tinignan natin dun sa machine ni Angel, it's 1.0.0. So kailangan i-address yun. But when we tried loading that, installing 1.0.1 na life cycle, hinahanap naman niya si tidyverse. So parang chicken and egg to, no? Ayaw mag-load ni tidyverse kasi kailangan updated si life cycle. Tapos si life cycle naman, ayaw mag-load kasi kailangan si tidyverse. So we will have to, isa pang pwedeng gawin, i-google nyo yan, no? Cannot install tidyverse due to, pwede nyo i-copy yung error. And chances are, meron na mga comments about that sa internet, no? Sa yung mga sites na I forgot the name, pero maraming sites na kasi na 2 or 3 si cross-validated at saka ano ba yung isang site where it's for our community. So kung maraming questions tapos people have already experienced that question and then pinopost nila doon, tapos maraming nagbibigay ng suggestions. Kaya Angel, try that, no? Yung issue mo, no? Okay, so let's continue class. Let's have a review of what we have discussed before. So last time what we did was we used the murders data, di ba? So let's load this. Then i-view lang natin siya. So by way of review, we said that it includes 51 entries corresponding to the different states. Then it tells us the region to where this state is. Abbreviation also ng state. And then population ng state na yan. And then total gun murders. We can check yung data set na to. Saan ba siya galing?
Sir,
Okay.
I think you're not yet screen sharing po.
I'm not saying, sorry. Ay, sorry. Bigla ako ma-close. Okay, so here, I just downloaded the data murders. And sabi natin galing sa DS Labs yan, kaya linode muna natin si DS Labs. Kasi if we do not load DS Labs, we will not be able to access this data. Okay, so may mga data kasi na pre-installed with R. So we don't need to load any package to access that data. Kunyari cars, MPG, etc. Maraming packages, those data sets that come with data sets. Preloaded na yan, so we don't need to load any package. But there are some data sets like yung diamonds, itong murders, it comes with a package. So hindi natin pwede ma-access yun unless we load that package. So what we did here was to load Angel, what you can do is load mo muna si dplyr. So kahit walang tidyverse. Just replace tidyverse with dplyr. Kasi yung mga functionalities na gagamitin natin na kay dplyr. Okay, so murders. So this is coming from DS Labs, and then the metadata tells us that this is gun murders by state for 2010, and here are the description of the data. Okay, so the first thing that we learned last time was the mutate function. The mutate function allows us to include or insert a variable in our data. So we said that, by the way, as you can see here, dito na yung murders natin, nasa data, no? 51 observations, 5 variables. We can manipulate this object, murders, and add a particular row or a column. So dito, ang gusto natin, we will compute for the per capita murder rate, no? We'll call it rate, and then it's rate per 100,000 people. So we will now insert that. So let's still call it murders. alt minus. And then, now last time what we did was, we start with murders, the object murders, this one. And then, okay, what's a keyboard shortcut for the pipe operator class? Naalala nyo, yung pipe operator. What's a pipe operator for and then? Hello, class? Anyone?
Sir, is it the triple periods?
Triple periods? Hindi.
Oh, sorry. Wait. It's for me, it's the percentage greater than percentage.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Sorry.
Stephen, were you able to say that? Thank you, Emil. No, correct, no? Stephen, yung ba yung sasabihin, no?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Same
Okay,
lang.
that's good. Thank you. So it's the percentage greater than percentage. Pero last time I was asking you, di ba? Sabi ko, old name, old ano na yan, old symbol, no? But you can still use that. Yung shortcut naman yan, Control Shift M, di ba? M stands for yung Magritte R. Okay, let me write that. Delete ko na lang ulit. Magritte R, this is a package in R. So sila yung package siya nag-develop itong pipe operator na to. So this is the pipe operator. Pipe operator. Okay, which reads as and then, no? Pero sabi natin, di ba, ano na to? Pinalitan na, may mas bago ng ano dyan. Ito na yung mas bagong pangalan, no? Pipe operator. Itong pipe and then greater than. Kasi mas simple siya, tapos may mas functionality siya. No? Now, I was asking you last time kung pareho ba tayo mag-Control Shift M. What was your answer, class? Do we have the same pipe operator? Or are you still generating a pipe operator na percent greater than percent? Kindly chat, please.
Yung percent, sir.
Ito. O, yun
Yes,
nga
sir.
tinatanong ko sa inyo kung pareho tayo. You said pareho. No? Hindi naman pareho eh. Magkaiba tayo. Ito mas modern to class and then we're going to use this, no? And not this one. Okay? So how do you, kasi sa akin pag nag-control Shift M ako or sa Mac sa inyo, Command Shift M, di ba? Ayan, I'm getting this. Okay, so how do we change from percentage greater than percentage to pipe and then greater than? In order to change the default pipe operator, okay, you follow along, please. Go to Tools, and then Global Options. Tools and then Global Options, and then here sa code, okay, makikita nyo dito, yan, may Use Native Pipe Operator. Ito na, yung bago na. This is for R 4.1 plus. Okay, so just click this so that now, pag nag-Control Shift M na kayo, ito na yung mangyayari dyan. Okay, so okay ko na. Okay, so try nyo class, Control Shift M for Mac users, Command Shift M. Okay, and tell me what appears. Is it now the new one?
Okay na, sir.
Okay. How
New
about the
one.
others? Please chat, please, kung yes. Pwede naman to, no, yung pipe operator nito, pero mas madali to eh, no? Mas at saka mas parang readable siya. At saka may advantage dito na we will discuss later on. Okay, yeah, thank you, Carlos. Sabi ni Carlos, I have an old version of R. So what you can do is, Carlos, i-uninstall mo si R, o kaya mag-install ka ng panibago. You can install the newest version na lang, yung R 4.1 point something. Oh, it can't be downloaded in my laptop. Okay. Check mo na lang kung bakit, no? But anyway, so okay lang kung it does not reflect the new pipe operator. Okay, so let's continue. Thank you, Carlos, for your feedback. All right, so from mutate, ang advantage ito, class, from mutate, ang gagawin natin, we will, from murders, mag-mutate tayo, di ba? So mutate. Okay, so what are we going to mutate? What are we going to mutate? We're going to create this object, this variable called rate, and it's equal to total divided by population, and we want it per 100,000 people times 100,000. Okay. So take a look at this. Dati hindi natin pwedeng gawin to, no? Kasi R will not recognize the object total. We have to write murders $sign total. But now with the pipe operator with the dplyr, R will understand that this total is coming from the murders dataset. So it makes wrangling your data, it makes modifying your dataset a lot simpler. So let's run this. And then we now have the new murders. I-remove ko lang class yung IP. RM IP. Itong kanina, no? Ito. I don't want it to appear here. Para ito lang yung focus natin. Murders, 51 observations. Now there are 6 variables. Let's see. Notice now, we now have a new column. Diba? Okay, so you don't have to go to Excel first and then manipulate your data there and then load it to R. Pwede nang diretso dito. If you have the data, then you can convert or you can generate a new column using the mutate function. All right. Okay, any questions with this one, class? Kindly chat, please, if you were able to, this is a quick review of what we did last time. Were you able to generate this variable fold rate, which is the per capita? We're dividing total, which refers to the number of gun murders in that particular state for 2010, divided by the population, and we multiply it by 100,000 to make it per 100,000. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So how about the use of filter? Mutate is for generating a new variable or even deleting a new variable. You can do that by mutate and then population is equal to none. If you do that, okay, or population or ABB is equal to null. If you do that, then this will be deleted. No? Another way to do that is, of course, the select function. Okay, so let's go now to filter. When you filter, class, what happens is that you can generate an object where the rows are selected. So if you want to select the rows based on a particular attribute of a variable of a column, then you use the filter function. Okay, so we now have this rate, right? Let's create an object of the murders where the rate is less than 0.07. So let's create a code chunk. Let's do this, murders, and then LE. Okay, let me just write it this way. And by the way, class, remember, it's a good practice to always name your code chunk. Okay, sorry, I forgot to murders data. Okay, you can name it any way you want, for as long as it's understandable. Okay? Librarian package. Okay, that's always good practice to do that. All right, so here we have murders less than 0.7 there. Right. If you take a look at our okay, here at our chunks here, there, murders less than 0.07. Okay, let me see. Can we use, I think we can use special characters. Let's see. Yeah, we can use special characters there. Okay, murders less than 0.7. All right. So we're creating this object, alt minus, and then once again, we start with murders. Okay, and then Control Shift M, pipe operator, and then we filter. Okay, filter natin si ano. Siyempre, sinet na natin si murders. So, si murders ang gagamitin niya. Ano i-filter natin? Rate, right? Rate is less than or equal to 0.7. Okay? So here we're generating an object called murders L8.7, and we're filtering the murders object to include only rows with rates that has less than 0.7. If you take a look at the murders dataset, and let me sort rate, so it will be less than 0.7, so it should only include less than 0.7 should be this 1, 2, 3, 4, this 5, Iowa, North Dakota, Hawaii, New Hampshire, and Vermont. So only 5, there should only be 5, a size of 5. Okay, so let's do this, run this. Okay, and as expected, we have 5 observations. Let's check this. Okay, and if let me, okay, there, Iowa, North Dakota, etc. So this is what we expected. So we were able to generate an object with these attributes. Okay, so very fast class. If you have a long table, if you have so many observations, tens of thousands, this can be very, very fast. Imagine if you were doing this in Excel, ako, kaya ka pa ng pivot table, ikakopy mo sa sa panibagong worksheet. So difficult really. So this really puts data wrangling or data manipulation in your fingertips. No? All right. Any questions so far for this one? Clear class? Were you able to generate that? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, now let's create an object for the top 5 states. Let me just close this. So murders, if I sort this, so top 5, with the top 5 rates. No? So District of Columbia, Louisiana, Missouri, Maryland, up to South Carolina. So these are the 5 states with the highest murder rates. Okay, so how do we do that? So once again, we create the object. Okay, let's call it murders, any way you want it, but let me call it top 5. Top 5. Okay. So again, we can make use of the dplyr. Start again with murders. Okay. By the way, if we start with this one, okay, this one, let me just illustrate this. And Control Shift M. Okay. And then let's filter. Okay. Rate is greater than or equal to, the top 5 has a rate of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, greater than 4.4, right? Because this is South Carolina, 4.47. So we can make it greater than 4.4. Greater than 4.4. Filter natin. Okay, so murders, then filter natin rate greater than, murders less than 0.7, and then filter yung rate greater than 4.4. Of course, what will happen is that we will have nangyari, and 0 observations. If I click this, bakit 0 observations? Can anyone tell me, please, why do we have here for the top 5 murders na 0 observation? Why is that so, class? Anyone? Bakit kaya? Bakit nag-0 observation siya? What do you think, class? Hello? Yes? Carlos? Sige lang. Not sure. Why? Huh? May answer ka ba? Are you attempting to give an answer?
Not yet, sir. Still thinking.
Sige. Okay, thank you. How about the others class? Tingnan yung code natin.
Sir, I'll try.
Yeah,
But
go.
is it because we're just printing it using the filter and we're supposed to add more stuff into it?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Emil, for that answer. Pero sige, tingnan natin ha. Okay. Take a look at the dependency, no? So we're creating this object, murders top 5. Saan tayo nagsisimula? Where are we starting? Saan ako nagsimula, class? Di ba dito? Ayan, no? Murders less than 0.7. Ano ba yung murders na less than 0.7? Yung mga rates nyo, may rate ba dyan na greater than 4.2? Wala. Di ba? So, of course, if we tell R to use this object and then generate another object na top 5 where the rate is greater than 4.2, wala siya makikita dyan, di ba? It will not find any observation where, yan, Vicky, kindly share your answers sa chat box, please. Okay, because observations in murders all belong to 0.7. Yes, di ba? Lahat to less than 0.7. Tapos ang sinasabi natin kay R, paki-filter where the rate is greater than or equal to 4.4. Definitely, kasi that will not run. That run, but it returns an empty. Okay, empty data frame. Right, walang laman. So, how should we address this, class? Control-Alt-I. What should be the code here? Control-C, Control-V. Ano dapat yung code dito? Anyone, please? That's easy, class. Hello? How should we correct this? We want to generate the object with the top 5. Which means when we looked at the top 5, ito, dapat greater than 4.4. Okay, so Carlos, kindly share your answer to everybody. Okay, Vicky, thank you. Murders, and then, okay, all right. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Vicky. Both of you are correct. Salamat, ha? So, kay Vicky, sabi niya murders, then i-filter natin greater than 4.4. Tama. Si Carlos, ganun din. No? So, you're correct. Both of you are correct. Thank you so much. So, what we do is, palitan natin to, guys. Importante itong yung basis, no? This is very important. So here we tell R to start with murders and then, di ba? Ibig sabihin ko, and then, pagkatapos, sa Tagalog, no? Pagkatapos, i-filter niya. Okay? Ano i-filter niya? Yung rate dapat greater than 4.4. Okay, so if I run this, yan, may 5 observations na. We check. Yan na, tama. So we now have this object where the murder rates are greater than 4.4. Okay. Now, you can also, instead of using the filter function, pwede rin natin gamitin yung top N. Sige, let's run this, Control-Alt-I, and then Control-C, Control-V. So let me just name this A, top 5A, murders. And then instead of using the filters, meron kasing top underscore N. All right, top underscore N. So you have X. You don't need X kasi dinefine na natin ang murders yun. Okay, X, N, at saka yung, ano ba to, weight, no? So in fact, sabi dito, si top N, ano na, superseded na siya ng another function called slice max. So mas maganda na yung slice max. Okay, pero let's just use this, no? So yung top n, ano yung una? Ano class? Anybody? Try nyo nga class kung ano yung lalabas dapat dito. What should be here? At katulad nan, hindi pa siya dinedeprecate, magagamit pa rin yung top n. Pero chances are, pwede na ma-deprecate yan. Kasi meron na tayong slice max at saka slice min. Ito. Slice, sorry. Ito. Slice max. No? Yung top, ano kasi, top underscore n. Okay? Yan. Kay dplyr din yan, no? Yan. Tingnan nyo yung function na to, ha? Okay. Take a look at this example so that you become familiar with the top n. So una, nag-create siya ng object ng df, no? Consisting of these numbers. And then df, and then yung top n, 2. So these are just the top 2 values. Diba? Or the lowest 2 values, negative 2. Pero sabi nito, now use, ito na, slice max at saka slice min. Okay, sige nga, try nyo class. Try natin both top n and slice and then compare. I'll give you a few seconds. Pause ko muna yung recording. Okay, so going back to the suggestion here, top N5, when we run this, what happens? There's a note here, selecting by rate. Why did R give this comment? Because it's ambiguous. What top 5 are we referring to? Are we referring to population? Are we referring to total? Are we referring to rate? Because these are the variables where there can be a top 5 or a top 10, right? Because they are numerical variables. So the question is, what top? So you have to identify. So top N5, okay? Top N of what? So is it the population? If I put here population, let's see. Okay, top N, top 5 of the population. Let's run this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, now you have not the rates that we're expecting, but the population, this one. Sort this here. So California, Texas, Florida, New York, these are the states with the highest population. Okay, so because we ranked it, we got the top 5 by population. You can get it by total, or you can get it by rate. What we wanted was rate, so we identify here rate. Sorry. Here. Rate. Okay, we need not identify here kasi ang syntax dito ng top, no? You have to define x. Diba? Ito x yung object natin, and then n, and then whatever you are. This is optional if you're weighing it, no? Pero dito, you have to identify what variable we're sorting. Okay, so if we choose the rate one, okay, enter, then let's check our output. There you go. Okay, by rate na. No? Okay. All right, let's try the newer one. Okay, these are things that good for us to learn also. Control C, Control V. So, oops. Nangyari dito. Oops. Na-delete ko lahat. Let me call this B. So, dito ang sinasuggest, no, na now use daw. Slice max. No. Slice natin, Control C. So, let's use that. Control V. Okay. Slice max, we don't have to identify the object kasi with the use of this pipe operator, na-define na natin kung anong object. No? And then, okay, n is equal to 2. In our case, we can just type 5. Okay, understood na n yun, and then rate. Okay, kindly see, class, if you generate the same object here. 5b, pareho lang ba? Okay, error, no? Ano sabi niyan? Okay, dito. No, this is where we learn, no? Ang sinasabi niyan, n must be explicitly named. So, hindi pa pwedeng skip natin yan. Kailangan nakalagay. N is equal to 5, no? Alright? Kasi ang sabi niya ngayon, n is equal to rate. Hindi. Kailangan i-identify natin yung n. So, let's see if this will work now. Okay. So, there. Tama, no? So, slice max. Okay, pwede rin yung proportion, no? Proportion is equal to. So, let's have another example here. But this time, kunin natin yung proportion ng Control C, Control V. Let's call this top C. Okay, if we want, okay, if what we want is, let's say, proportion is equal to yung 30% ng population. What happens here? What happens here, class? 30% of the population. Wala tong 5, no? And then here, this should be, ay, what happened here? Dapat dito, proportion is equal to, let's say, 0.3. 30% ng population. Okay, here, top murders C, and then slice then, no? Slice maximum proportion. So instead of counting, we get the proportion. Population, let's see. What do we have now? 15 observations. Okay. So we have here 15 observations. No? So itong 15 states na to account for 30% of the population. Okay? 30% ng population to. So this is very powerful kasi pwede natin malaman, makuha, kunyari, kung gusto natin 5% lang ng population. Hindi, gagawin natin tong 5% lang, 0.05. So which state account for 5% of the population? Okay, anong mga state? We're not looking at the murders here, the murder rates, but rather the population. If we want to account only for the 5% population, see natin, tingnan nyo, 2 observations lang. Okay, which is California and Texas. 5% ng population yan. If we check, I-sum natin si, okay, dito. Gamitin ulit natin si dplyr para, if I'm going too fast, class, sorry pakisabi So, dapat next lesson pa yan eh. Pero dito, sige, ilagay na natin dito yung summarize. Okay, while we're here. So, add population. Of course, may madaling sum lang. Pero we're looking at the summarize. Okay, so here, total population. Just call it total population and then murders, and then Control Shift M, and then summarize function. Summarize, right? Summarize total, let's call it total is equal to sum ng population. Okay, so we find here that the total population is 30 million something. Okay, let's print this total population. And it's 30 million. Tama ba? 30 million. No, 309 million in total population. If I get 30% of that, no? Sum ng population multiplied that by 0.3, 0.05. 0.05. But it's very number. Yan. 0.05% is around 15 million. So if we take a look at this, yung kanina, nawala na ba yun? Ito. Huh? So if I just add this, Control C, Control V, and C. $62 million, tama ba? Hindi, iba, no? Ano nangyari dito? 1, 2, 3. This is 5% of the total population. 5% is around 1, 2, 3, 1, 15 million. Am I correct, class? What am I getting here? Wait, andali. I got 5%, no? 5%. Pero dito, proportion, 5% of the population. And what did we get? We got here dapat yung dito ano, population, population of 5%. Murders, and it's inad natin to ano eh. Okay, bakit kaya ganun, no? Kasi dito lumalabas na 60 plus 62,000 ang, did I make a mistake in, I'm getting 5% of the total population. And ilan yung total population, class? Inad natin, di ba? Total population is, total population is, I'll remove this. $309. Okay, Control C. I think tama tayo. This one is a total population. And then if I get 0.05 of this, it's 1549, no? 322. 1549, 322, that's 15,000, which is tama. Ito yung kinompute natin kanina, yung ito 5%. Saan na yan? Okay, here we computed for the population times 0.05. So yung total population natin dito is, okay, tama to, 15,493,211. Okay, wait, class. Medyo ano kasi, no? When may mga iniisip ako na bigla na lang lumalabas, tapos I tend to, apologies for that, I tend to immediately try to work on that, no? So sometimes I get outside of what I'm supposed to discuss. Okay, anyway, so what we learned here is both to use the top n at saka yung slice, no? The slicing, you can identify the first 5 or the first 10, or you can get the proportion. Okay, yung weight. Okay, weight dun sa population. Okay, now how about this, class? Ito, we have to discuss this pa. Okay, I have around 5 minutes. How about excluding the the bottom 3? So the lowest murder rates are itong tatlong to, no? Hawaii, New Hampshire, Vermont. These 3. So how do you exclude this? Well, that's very easy. You just say either the rate is greater than or equal to 0.52. Diba? Pag tinaasan natin, ginawa natin 0.52, then may exclude na tong Hawaii na to. Right? This would be excluded. Si Hawaii, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Okay, pause muna ako. Is that clear, class? If we want to exclude the bottom 3, the ones with the lowest per capita murder rate, then ang gawin natin, rate should be greater than or equal to 0.52. Diba? If we do that, then hindi na masasama na si Hawaii, New Hampshire, and si Vermont. But what if I want to use this abbreviation? Pwede din naman natin i-filter based on abbreviation, hindi lang based on rate. No? Okay, thank you for your feedback. So let's base it on abbreviation. Okay, so how will we do that? Okay, so we can use this one. Okay, so let's see murders, say bottom excluding bottom 3. Okay. So we're creating this object, murders excluding bottom 3, which means since all there are 51 samples, all in all 51 states, then that will exclude 3. So dapat 48 lang dapat yung result natin. No? Okay, how do we do this? Again, let's do the dplyr murders and then Control-Shift-M. Okay, then what do we do? This is filter again. So filter natin. So what we're filtering is yung ab natin. Diba? Ab. Tapos si ab, ano yung mga kasama sa kanya? Ano yung mga kasama kay ab class? Yung abbreviation ni Hawaii HINHBT. No? Itong tatlong to. HINHBT. So dapat lalabas dito. Ano natin lagay? HINHBT. No? Lagyan natin ng mga quotes to. So how do we do this? Okay, we can make use of this function. Abbreviation is percentage in percentage. Okay, ang ibig sabihin nito, class, yung abbreviation, okay, kasi magkaka-problem, you try nyo lang on your own, try yung equal to, kahit isang equal to or double equal to. We will have a problem with that, no? So, how will this work now, class? Oops. So, try natin to, ha? So, ang sinasabi natin dito, filter natin abbreviation in HI and HBT. No? Kaso nga lang, if we do this, ang kasama, itong tatlong to. Diba? Right? Sila yung kasama. So, dapat, in-negate natin to with an exclamation point here. Exclamation, time na pala, no? May I have just last 2 minutes, class? Tapusin ko lang to. Exclamation, ab, in, HI, because dapat may comma to. So, will this work? Comma, Vermont. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There. Okay, will this work, class? Or paki-check nyo nga if that will work. Did it work, class? Okay. Ano mali dyan? Yeah, error, no? So what's wrong there, class? Tama naman yung ano natin, HI, NH, BT, di ba? HI, NH, BT. So dito, dapat ba may C yan, class? So dapat ba may C yan, yung concatenate? Okay. All right, let's see. Kung na-exclude yung bottom, 48, no? 48 observations, 6 variables. Okay, so hindi kasama yung tatlo. Okay, class, if you have, you may leave, no? And anuhin ko lang yung last 2 lines. Anyway, naka-record naman to. Pasensya na. So if you have classes already, or you may stay if you want. I just want to discuss this, yung summarize, para pareho lang tayo ng kabilang class. Okay, I leave you, class, to do this, create an object which excludes New York and Florida. So gagamitan nyo rin din ng ganito, no? Not, and then state. Gamitin natin si state. Okay, yes, thank you. All right, now here, yung summarize, that's very important kasi, just like a while ago, di ba? When we, the summarize function will create a value. Let's see. Let's have another example here. Ito, no? Ito muna. Let's compute for the average and the standard deviation. Let's do this code chunk. Let's say average SD ng anong gusto niyo, ng population? Sige. Of course, kahit anong numerical variable, pwede natin kunin yung average at saka standard deviation. So murders, okay, Control Shift M, and then gagamitin natin itong summarize. Okay? Summarize ng ano. Let's call the average as average lang. Average or AB ng population is equal to, which is the mean of population. Okay, so that's the first one. Pwede natin dagdagan ng STDEV, standard deviation ng population. Yun ang name na ibibigay natin is equal to SD ng population. There. Okay, so here we're creating two objects. No? Average population, which is just the mean of the population, and then STDEV underscore pop, which is the standard deviation of the population. So nagsimula yan sa murders, tapos isa-summarize natin. And take note, ang resulta niyan, class, okay, the result is ito, no? Take a look at the result. Yan. So anong object yan? Ito, it's under data, diba? So if you get the structure of average underscore SD population, diba? Hindi vector yan, diba? Okay, it's a data frame, no? Consisting of average population at saka standard deviation population. Lastly, class, kasi sometimes, mas gusto natin na kunin natin yung mga measurements na yan based on certain classifications or groupings. Dito kasi by region tayo, no? So we can now compute for this based on region-wise. Pwede natin gawin region-wise to. Sige, gawin natin to. Ano na lang natin to, no? Copy na lang natin, Control C, and then Control V. All right, average standard deviation by, let me just add region. Gawin ko lang population para mas check. Population by region. So murders muna. Then after murders, okay, let's insert another one in Control M. Mag-group by tayo. Group underscore by, and then region. Okay, ito lang dagdag, no? Ito na dagdag. So, group by, and then region, and then, saka natin isa-summarize. Yan. So, pareho din, no? Like we can say average population by region, and then standard deviation population by region. Okay? All right. So summarize, again, hindi na natin kailangan ilagay mean ng murders population kasi ang ano niyan, ang basis yung murders. Okay, let's run this. Run. Okay, so what do we now have? Tingnan natin tong average. Okay. Average standard deviation here. Right, tingnan nyo ha. Now, kinompute yung average at saka yung standard deviation by region na. Ayan, hindi na yung buong population. Hindi na yung standard deviation or average ng buong population. Okay, so quick review. We learned mutate, we learned filter. Yung select naman, just choose whatever column you want to select. And then we also learned yung group by and then summarize. These are very important verbs as far as data wrangling is concerned. Okay, next meeting, we'll have on Monday, stop recording ko na. On Monday, you'll have your exams, first hour, and then we'll just continue with this. Okay, but I'm going to share